All right, I think I finally got it. This is my third time. I'm Catherine Clark, and I'm just learning to make these videos. But I was talking to a friend this morning, and she said she was asking me about sprouting. She was kind of inspired. I said, well, in all my newsletters, I have a sprout chart that you can download. The sprout chart's really handy. It has over 30 different seeds, nuts, grains, legumes, and beans that you can germinate, and then they become live food. You know, some people think raw food is live food, but it isn't. It's very different. When you pick food, it starts to deteriorate and lose its nutrient value, and especially its enzymes, very quickly. And the longer it takes from being picked to get to your mouth, the less nutritious and vital it is. But food that's alive when you eat it would be cultured foods, fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, um, kombucha, jun, naturally fermented, alcoholic beverages. They're all different kinds, and you find them in the refrigerator section, or you make them at home. And then the other food that's alive when you eat it are sprouts. And that's when you germinate a nut, a seed, a grain, a bean. And that means you take it from its dormant state, you soak it, and it springs to life. And every time it's the same. You rinse them off, you clean them, you soak them. The amount of time is on the sprout chart. And then you drain them, rinse them, drain them, rinse them, drain them, rinse them. And then, like lentils, you can eat after about 30 hours, and alfalfa sprouts take about 5 days. And all that information is on the sprouting chart. So, what I wanted to do is show you a little PowerPoint that I created. It's called 10 Reasons to Love Sprouts. And I certainly hope that you will love sprouts if you don't already. One of the most nutritious sprouts are broccoli sprouts, and you've probably heard that. It's actually true that, I guess I must have gotten rid of that. So let's go back to this. This is just briefly going to go through 10 good reasons to love sprouts. All right, so sprouts are truly the best locally grown food that you can get because you can grow it right in your kitchen. And considering the many health and environmental benefits of sprouting, I hope you will consider adding sprouts to your diet. Number one, experts estimate that there can be up to 100 times more enzymes in sprouts than uncooked fruits and vegetables. That's not a surprise, but enzymes are a special kind of protein, and it's really important that we get plenty of them in our diet. Cooked food doesn't have them. Old food that's been picked and left laying around or refrigerated or shipped on a boat, the average amount of time, if you're not getting your food at a farmer's market, is 3 weeks from picking to your store. So enzymes act as a catalyst for all your body's functions, and in the liver, some cells in your liver have up to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80,000 different enzyme reactions for them to get their job done. Enzymes, of course, we all know, digest our food, protease, amylase, lipase, that sort of thing. So having them in our diet, and sprouts or cultured food, is really, really helpful so that we have more energy for life instead of just digesting our food. The quality of the protein in beans, nuts, seeds, or grain improves when it's sprouted. You want high quality protein? Well, proteins change during the sprouting, soaking, germinating process and improve the nutritional value of the food. The amino acid lysine, for example, which is needed to prevent cold sores and maintain a healthy immune system. It also attacks and kills viruses. It increases significantly during the sprouting process. Also, the fiber content of beans, nuts, seeds, or grains increases substantially during the sprouting process. And this fiber is really, really important because it will bind to fats and toxins in our digestive system, and then we pass them out in our elimination instead of reabsorbing them through the walls. And that's very important, especially if you're on a detox or you're doing a cleanse. These sprouts have great fiber that also act as healthy binders. The vitamin content dramatically increases when you germinate your food, especially vitamins A, B complex, C, and E. And the vitamin content of some seeds, nuts, beans, grains increases by up to 20 times the original value with only a few days of sprouting. That's a lot. Research shows that the sprouting process of mung beans, or just about most sprouts, increase in B1 by up to 285%, B2 by up to 515%, and niacin by up to 256%. Also, the essential fatty acids, your EFAs, that are so important for your healthy arteries and your brain functioning and your memory, they also increase when you sprout. And eating more sprouts is an excellent way to get these heart healthy and vein healthy and brain healthy fats. During sprouting, minerals bind to protein in the seed, nut, or grain and make them more usable in the body. And they're also, sprouts are alkalizing for the body as well. pH is so important. Most of the food that we eat or drink, sodas, teas, coffee, bottled beverages, even cultured foods, meats, cooked foods, grains, pasta, all that. They're acidifying, so it's very smart to get more alkaline food, and sprouts fit that bill. And you can grow these yourself and make sure you get high quality organic seeds and use pure water. And then you really know you're getting a high quality pure food. The energy contained in the seed, nut, or grain is really ignited when it's germinated. It springs to life. So not only does the nutrient value dramatically increase, there are a lot of enzymes present. There's water in the food, which is very helpful. And it breaks down and pre-digests. The proteins break down into simple amino acids, and the fatty acids break down, and the sugars break down to a very simple form. So it's actually pre-digested and saves your body a lot of energy. I mentioned that they're very alkalizing already, and they're actually inexpensive. I consider sprouts a superfood, meaning they give you a lot more bang for the buck than most foods do. And I suggest that you get home and get to sprouting. There's a number of ways to do it. I'm showing you a jar here. You can also buy a fancy sprouter, or you can buy the fancy lids, or you can just get wide mouth mason jars and go to the hardware store and get some fiberglass screen and then put it on with the ring or a rubber band. And here's what my sprouting chart looks like. There are over 30 different seeds that you can sprout, and it tells you how many seeds you can put into a quart jar, how long you have to soak them in the water, and how many days you have to rinse them. And it's very, very helpful, very straightforward. So you can sprout all kinds of things: mung beans, alfalfa seeds, clover seeds, broccoli seeds, garbanzo beans, lentils. And even if you're going to cook beans like black beans, pinto beans, it's good to sprout them first and then you can cook them. So always use clean equipment, and if you ever have a bunch of sprouts go bad, you'll have to sterilize with scalding water. Use clean hands, use clean equipment. Remove any broken, discolored stones, twigs, hulls, anything that may be in there that's not what you want when you wash your sprouts before you soak them. And then you basically just put the seeds in the jar, put 3 times as much water as you have seeds, because they're going to soak up a lot of that water and they're going to swell up. Just cover the seeds in the pure water, and then you can put your screen on so nothing falls in there. You can soak in a bowl or anything and then pour them into your glass that you're going to sprout in. You can also sprout in a bag. You can buy a sprouting bag at the health food store. I use those when I travel, and then I carry my bag in a baggie and I sprout everywhere I go and eat sprouts. It's really, really good for me. And you can also, let me see, I guess that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about right now. Allow the seeds to soak as long as it says they should in the sprouting chart. Rinse them and then leave them on an angle so that they really, really drain. If you put them straight up and down, they may be setting in water, and that is not going to be good. Once they're ready to be harvested, you want to put them in a large bowl of cool water, and you always rinse them with cool water, not hot. They'll press them down under the water, and the hulls will break loose, the brown hulls, or they'll come to the top, and you want to just swipe those away and get rid of them. Remove the hulls. This prevents spoilage, and you don't really need to eat the hulls. They would be more fiber, but sometimes they're bitter. This is an idea for when you're soaking and putting a piece of kelp or a dash of salt into your soak water with the idea of giving them more minerals. So anyway, that's my presentation, the 10 reasons to love sprouts. And I really, really hope that you'll like my video. You can go to my website, and when you go to my website, you will be able to like my video, comment on my video. You can also, I'm trying to get back to the screen. I don't know where it is. Oh, well, I'm having a hard time here. I guess we'll just go back to my slideshow. And I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear how it works out for you. And if you're not getting my newsletter yet, give me your email address. Oh, I'd love to send you the sprouting chart and my issue on sprouting. Sending you lots of love and aloha, and Maui no Ka'oi. Bye for now.